Let's see. You need to know what you learned through this section, and I'm not really sure what you've learned because I'm recording this before you've learned it. So this is an antecedent attempt. I guess this is kind of an antecedent intervention in an odd sort of way, I suppose. No, anyway, sorry, joking aside, we do know what you learned. It's up there if you look up and scroll and click the buttons. Oh, it's somewhat reinforcing up there. It's organized at least. So anyway, the funny thing is I happen to know who wired this. Completely accidentally. I had no idea that I was going to buy the house that he wired years ago. So it's kind of cool. He's a buddy of mine. So he might even be watching this. If you know who you are, thank you for the nice wiring job. I won't tell you who you are because you already know. Anyway, the things that you can do to reduce behavior without worrying about punishment. Don't forget, antecedent interventions, right? Things that happen before the behavior. Tweak stuff, mess with stuff. It's got to be physical, right? I almost broke out into song, physical, but not going to happen, right? All right, that's this, but he's escaping. All right, that's what happens when I sing. Just watch the channel deep enough, you'll figure that out. Let's see, what do we got? So we got antecedent manipulations to get you to engage in particular behaviors, to get you to avoid particular behaviors, whatever it is. Physical changes to your environment, right? So physical, and by that I mean somebody else has to confirm that you've changed the environment, not just you, right? Thoughts are fine. They exist. They're real. They're stimuli that you detect. I don't have a problem with thoughts at all. The problem, though, scientifically, is that other people can't confirm you've had them. So it doesn't mean they're not valid, and it doesn't mean they're not real. It just means it's hard to double check to know if they really happened or not. I have to take your word for it. A lot of people lie about stuff. So antecedent manipulations, they may work. I mean, thoughts may work. You want to put them in that category, that's fine. But I'm going to say it doesn't count for this particular field and the work that we're doing here. We want you to actually make real changes. Sometimes it's just a note, okay? It can be anything. On a mirror, right? You could do, I'm helping some folks out with some weight loss programs online, and I track all of their data for them. All right, that's an antecedent intervention. It encourages them. I have plots and comparisons and percentages complete and all that toward the goal and all that stuff. So that's all antecedent type interventions, right? So all of that stuff helps them engage in appropriate behavior. So then you can mess with the motivators, the motivation, right? So which is about messing with the access to reinforcers. We can talk about flooding. So giving too much, you can kind of overwhelm someone with a particular reinforcer. I hate this example, but it works. All right. This example is wickedly unethical, but I'm just not going to go there. It's just a bad idea. It's been perpetuated too effing long. I'm not doing it. Anyway, so if you give for a kiddo that's engaging in problem behavior for attention, you can overwhelm them with attention in other environments, right? For other behaviors, for all sorts of stuff. And then that will decrease the value of getting attention for the problem behavior. My daughter, 4 years old, loves to, and of course, what's my typical response is, I'm not going to talk to you until you engage in appropriate behavior. Quit whining. Wait a minute. In doing that, I just talked to her for whining, right? And the behavior maintains. So basically what I found out is that if I give more attention in other environments, or at other times, that behavior reduces. There's some other cool things that you can do with it that are kind of an antecedent manipulation too, which is about, with her, I put the behavior under stimulus control, so I asked her to whine at other times. So, all right, Avery, it's time to whine. And she goes, why are we doing this, Dad? I'm like, exactly. So it kind of dies out. That's reduced her whining overall. It's under stimulus control. So stimulus control is an antecedent intervention. So you can get behavior to happen in one setting and one setting only, then it's less likely to happen in other settings. So, but it also generalizes, which is another problem. You have to, this stuff is actually pretty complicated. All right, folks? So keep that in mind. So the motivations, we can deprive people, we can satiate people, we can fill them up, right? And then you can actually, the other thing that you can do is like habituation to reinforcers. Particular reinforcers exposed too many times, it just decreases the value of them, all right? So that's about it for the types of manipulations that you can do. There's a lot of technique, and you'll see some of the technique through the other videos. At least we've defined it and given some other examples. So, but in general, that's what we have here, folks. It's just a couple of ways to actually get behavior to change. So anyway, I'm going to go back under here. I got a little more stuff to bang. I suppose. Oh yes, this tool. Exactly what I need for repairing my, I don't know, I need to find something I need to repair. Well, fuck, I need to repair all of it. Catalytic converter, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Reinforcers. Paint. How lovely is that? That's going to keep me going for a while. Woo! I'm kidding, folks. I didn't actually open that thing, and I'm fine. Not huffing paint under here. It's just pointing out what the function of my behavior might be. It's kind of automatically reinforcing, and I'm engaging in banging noises, which is exciting and fun. All right. See you, folks.